Hi everyone, it's me, Kelly, again. And welcome back. What has me especially moved is how Britt is growing more and more fearful as the reality of her condition begins to weigh on her without the medication she once depended on. She's always been such a resilient woman, someone who has faced family secrets, complicated relationships, and personal regrets with remarkable strength. But this time, the battle is happening inside her own body. The absence of her pills is causing her symptoms to creep forward in ways that make her increasingly anxious about what lies ahead, and I can feel the tension radiating from every scene she appears in. I keep asking myself how anyone could stay composed under that kind of pressure, especially when she knows her time without medication is limited and the effects could become overwhelming at any moment. Yet Britt keeps pushing forward, and that quiet courage is portrayed so convincingly that it makes my own heart ache with sympathy while also filling me with admiration. This isn't the kind of dramatic exaggeration we've seen in some past medical plots. It's grounded and believable, the way real health challenges unfold gradually and create a constant, simmering worry. The situation becomes even more poignant because Britt is sharing this difficult journey with young Rocco, and the thought of him potentially witnessing her decline right before his eyes is creating a new kind of crisis that feels both heartbreaking and explosive. Rocco is just a boy who has already dealt with more than any child should, and now he is right there, as his biological mother, the woman who brought him into the world, starts to show the first signs of weakness without her medication. Their escape together was meant to be a chance for closeness, but it has turned into a test of Rocco's young emotions, with the very real fear that he might see Britt collapse in front of him, hanging over every moment. I often pause during episodes and wonder how a child processes something so heavy, and the writers are handling it with such gentle care that you can sense the boy's love mixed with confusion and terror. This is the kind of parent-child dynamic that General Hospital does better than almost any other show, reminding me of classic storylines from years ago where family members faced illness together and emerged stronger. The way everything is building toward an emotional explosion keeps me glued to the screen, feeling the heat of the drama rise with each new development. Just when it seems the situation might become too heavy to bear, Britt steps into the picture, and his arrival brings a welcome breath of hope that longtime viewers like me have been quietly hoping for. Britt has always been one of those steady, dependable characters I admire. Practical, loyal, and quietly effective, especially when Sonny calls on him for important matters. His involvement in Britt's story feels perfectly timed, like the show is reminding us that help can come from unexpected places when someone truly needs it. I believe Britt is positioned to offer the kind of assistance that could change everything, particularly if he arrives with the specialized medication or treatment that targets Huntington's directly. After all the fear and uncertainty Britt has endured without her usual supply, this new intervention could literally save her life and give her more precious time with Rocco and the rest of her world. In my many years of watching, I've seen General Hospital introduce medical breakthroughs that feel both realistic and uplifting. And this one has all the hallmarks of a turning point that differs in a refreshing way from the original path her diagnosis seemed to be taking. Instead of letting the disease define her ending, the writers are opening a door to recovery that feels earned after everything she's been through. If Britt does deliver that life-saving medication and Britt begins to stabilize, it won't simply end the immediate threat. It will spark an entirely new obsession for her character that promises to add even more layers to her journey. Surviving a close call like this often leaves people reflecting deeply on their past choices, their relationships, and the truths they once accepted without question. Britt might find herself fixated on understanding exactly why her condition progressed the way it did, and whether external influences played a larger role than anyone realized. That kind of emotional introspection, combined with her renewed determination to protect Rocco, could lead to some truly compelling scenes ahead. I have my own personal theories about how this might unfold, perhaps differing a bit from the most obvious direction, but that's part of the joy of being a longtime fan. Whether my ideas prove right or wrong, the show always delivers satisfying resolutions that honor the character's growth, and I trust this arc will do the same. As I sit here reflecting on all of this, the entire storyline feels alive, with that special kind of energy that makes General Hospital so addictive. The fear Britt carries as her medication runs out, the way her body threatens to give way at any moment, Rocco's personal crisis as he faces the possibility of watching her weaken before his eyes, and the way everything seems to be building toward an emotional explosion, all of it creates a sense of urgency that has me counting down the hours until the next episode. Yet woven through that tension is the comforting presence of Britt and the promise of help that could pull Britt back from the brink. This balance of worry and hope is what has kept me watching for all these years, and it makes the current chapters feel especially meaningful. I've seen plenty of medical storylines come and go on General Hospital, some that ended in tragedy and others that surprised us with miracles, but this one stands out because of how intimately it connects Britt and Rocco while bringing in a trusted ally like Britt. It reminds me of the great family-centered plots from the past, where love and loyalty helped characters overcome seemingly impossible odds. The writers are making sure we feel the warmth of that human connection even amid the medical drama, and that's why I never feel overwhelmed or saddened by the developments. Instead, I feel engaged, optimistic, and eager to see Britt receive the care she needs. Looking ahead, I can't help but smile at the thought of what might happen once Britt begins to feel the benefits of any new treatment Britt provides. She could emerge with a fresh perspective, stronger bonds with those she loves, and perhaps even new challenges born from this experience that keep the story moving forward in exciting directions. Rocco, too, will likely carry the lessons of this time with him, growing in ways that enrich his character for years to come. These are the kinds of long-term payoffs that make me proud to call myself a dedicated viewer. Rocco has stepped forward in a way that truly touches my heart. That sweet boy is determined to do everything possible to save his biological mother, refusing to stand by while she struggles. His love drives him to take actions that show a brand new kind of obsession, one where he pours every ounce of his young energy into finding ways to keep her steady and safe. I watch him and think how children in past storylines on the show have grown up overnight when family needs them most. But Rocco's fierce focus feels fresh and intense. It is not just devotion anymore. It is becoming an all-consuming mission that adds a layer of urgency and even a touch of worry for what it might cost him emotionally. The writers are showing us this growth so gently, yet vividly, that I can almost feel the weight on his shoulders, and it makes every scene between them crackle with emotion. Of course, the adults are rallying to shield them both. Sunny and Dante have made it clear they will protect Rocco and Britt no matter what comes next. Sunny brings that steady, protective strength we have come to rely on over the decades, while Dante adds his calm sense of duty and love for his son. Their presence feels like a warm blanket around the pair, offering safety during a time when Britt's health remains fragile. I have always loved how General Hospital weaves these family alliances into medical stories, turning potential tragedy into a testament of loyalty. It is reassuring to see them standing guard, ready to step in if any new threats arise, and their involvement keeps the storyline balanced between tension and hope. Yet even with that support, the drama reaches a boiling point when Britt decides it is time to leave Port Charles for specialized treatment. This is not a simple vacation or short trip. It is a major move that sends ripples of feeling through everyone who cares about her. Saying goodbye to the familiar streets and faces she has known for so long stirs up a fresh explosion of emotions. Friends and family are torn between wanting what is best for her recovery and the ache of watching her go. I keep asking myself how the town will adjust without her, and the answer comes quickly in the form of heartfelt conversations and quiet tears that feel so true to life. This departure raises the stakes beautifully, creating new conflicts and opportunities for growth that have me leaning forward in my chair. At the same time, new troubles are bubbling up alongside a darker change in Rocco that is making the whole of Port Charles feel like it is truly exploding with story. The experiences of these past weeks have left their mark on the boy, shifting something inside him toward a shadow we have not seen before. There is a new intensity, almost a brooding determination mixed with moments of quiet anger or fear that he tries to hide. This evolution adds a compelling layer of complexity to his character, one that feels earned after everything he has witnessed. It is not the sweet innocence we once saw. It is a maturing under pressure that brings fresh complications and unexpected choices. I have my own quiet theories about where this darker turn might lead. Perhaps a bit different from the most straightforward path some viewers expect, but the show has a wonderful way of proving that even the most surprising developments serve the larger family story. Rocco's internal shift, combined with Britt's upcoming journey away from town, is fueling a wave of drama that touches every corner of Port Charles and keeps the pace electric. What I appreciate most is how all these threads weave together so naturally. Brick's earlier help with possible treatment options opened the door for Britt's recovery. And now Sunny and Dante's protection, Rocco's obsessive drive to save her, and the emotional farewell as she prepares to leave create a perfect storm of warmth and excitement. The heat is definitely on, yet it never feels overwhelming. Instead, it reminds me of the classic General Hospital arcs from years ago, where love and courage helped characters overcome the odds. Britt may be heading out for healing, but the bonds she leaves behind, especially with Rocco, are only growing stronger. His new obsession and the subtle darkness emerging in him promise rich chapters ahead, while the protective circle around them ensures that hope remains alive even in the midst of change.